Hey guys, it's Brandon here again at VapXtream. Back from vacation, which I probably didn't even mention. My wife and I went to Jamaica for a week. A friend of hers was getting married, so we went down and had a fantastic time. But on the happier side of things, actually I shouldn't say that. It was a great time. We had a blast. Anybody looking to go away to someplace tropical, I would definitely recommend Jamaica, or the Dominican. Either one of them are really nice. The nice part about Jamaica is that all the people there pretty much speak English, so it's a little easier to communicate with the locals, I guess you could say. But while I was gone, a small care package had arrived. I've been talking back and forth with a gentleman in Shanghai, China. They're actually an e-cig manufacturer, so they basically produce clones of pretty much everything: atomizers, RDAs, RBAs, RTAs, rebuildable tank atomizers, rebuildable dripping atomizers, so on and so forth. They also do mods. And they're coming out with a couple really interesting products within the next little while. I don't really have a time frame on it, but it's coming, to say the least, and a lot of people have been waiting for it, for the most part, I guess. So what I got was a clone and one of their own kind of designs. When it comes to rebuildable dripping atomizers, guys, we're getting to the point where we're running kind of out of ideas. I know they came out originally with, small decks, like the IGO L. It's just a small deck, small cap, generally designed for a single coil style build. Nothing spectacular really, but they did work well. Now we're getting into dual coil decks, quad coil decks, so on and so forth. So not saying that there's anything wrong with what's going with the RDAs. It's just we're kind of limited on what manufacturers can produce to classify as their own, besides basically some machine work, really. That's about the only difference that I'm finding between a lot of the different RDAs. I'm gonna have a quick vape here. So basically what I got, or the company, sorry, that had sent me the product is iCloud SIGs. They're based in Shanghai, China. Autofocus really won't work very well, but I'm going to let it go for this review for fun. Steven is the gentleman that I've been dealing with. He's a sales manager there. If you can read that, fantastic. If not, I will post a link to their website so you guys can check it out. They are actually a manufacturer and they do a lot of wholesale work, but you can still do sample orders from them as well. But contact Steve and he will definitely set you up. Very good guy, great guy to talk to, very helpful, very knowledgeable, which is really nice when you're dealing with manufacturers, because some of the ones that I've dealt with in the past, you'd have a salesperson that in some cases didn't even vape, which I thought was rather odd. Anyway, neither here nor there. So basically today what we're going to talk about is the Cloud A. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It could be called a clone, but in all intents and purposes, they are labeling it as kind of their own product, with their own name, their own logo. Actually, yeah, you know, so it's not like they're, you know, they're knocking it off using the other company's logo or the original's logo on their thing or on their device. Either way, basically comes in a very nice standard presentation box. You've got the iCloud's logo on the top. Same idea on the side. I'm not sure why they put WoW on it, but whatever. The Cloud A. Sorry about the autofocus, guys. But it's a really decent presentation box. It also has your 18 years of age logo, and I don't know what the thing is with a cross through it, but whatever. So anyway, when you open it up, guys, you would have the atomizer, which comes wrapped in a small plastic bag. So this is basically how it comes. Sorry, I've already been playing with it. This isn't a first impression. I really wanted to play with it because I had actually seen, wasn't even really a review, just a guy kind of showed the product and said here it is, and that was it. Vaped on it, and that was pretty much the gist of it. So I kind of want to run it through its paces, see how well it performed, see how well it stood up. It's basically made of stainless steel, as you can already tell. It comes with a very nice drip tip, nice big wide open hole. It has adjustable airflow, of course, and it deals basically, there's, God, I hate autofocus. There's 3 holes on this side, and if I cover my finger, roll it over, and there's also 3 holes with a slot on the other side. It is fairly easy to adjust, which is nice. So I can close off those holes, or I can open them up just like that. And then it's also set up with a single hole. I'll show you when I actually break it down to kind of show you. I was going to do a rebuild on it, but I didn't really want to do that. I just kind of wanted to go over the features of the actual product. Everybody's seen 100,000 different builds and different build videos, so I'm not really going to go through that. I'm just going to kind of break it down and show you what it comes with, and show you how it performs, and kind of give you my opinion on it. So I really need a better camera. As you can see, it's got the Cloud logo etched into it. Very nice. You can see my camera there. Very nice, just very nice craftsmanship, which is really nice that we're starting to see better products coming out of China. One of the vendors that I had dealt with prior, just shoddy work. Like, just half the stuff didn't work. It didn't fit properly. You know, it just didn't perform the way that it was intended to, in my opinion. So basically what I've been using it on is my Nemesis clone, because it does complement it quite nicely, as you can see, and it fires, of course, every time. Now, there are some positives and negatives to it, but we'll get into that, of course, in the review. So what I want to show you now, guys, is what this actually comes with, and this is the first time that I'd ever received a rebuildable atomizer with all the extra goodies. Generally, when you get them, they come with, you know, a little bit of Kanthal or nichrome, depending on what they send you, and silica. That's pretty much all you get. Maybe a screwdriver and a couple O-rings. These guys here package you and set you up to do pretty much anything you really want with it. So inside the actual box, once I get it, you've got this little foam thing thing that holds the atomizer, of course. But inside, you get a small ball of organic cotton. You get a rather, they didn't really specify how long the Kanthal was. It looks like it's a 2 mil, or the silica is, but you get probably a good 3 feet. And it's decent quality, it's not frayed. See if I can fold this up. So there's 2 loops. So yeah, you're probably getting about 3 feet. So that's, you know, a decent amount of silica if you like to use silica. I'm more of a cotton guy. But the other neat thing, which I've already taken out, because of course I like to use what they give you to build for the most part, and I have misplaced it somehow. You also get a small Phillips screwdriver, and yes guys, the atomizer actually has Phillips screwdriver or screw heads on it, so that really helps. I've gotten a couple of them where you got a Phillips screw driver, and the screws that they use are Allen head or flathead. So anyway, no big issue. You also get some 28 gauge Kanthal. There's probably going to be around 3 feet of that as well. You also get pre-wrapped coils. There's 4 of them. There are basically 2 sets. They're both identical. There's one set that's wrapped with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one with 9 wraps, and then there is also another one with 12 wraps, and it's smaller. So you actually get 4 pre-wrapped coils ready to go, ready to install. You just drop them in and you're rocking. I haven't seen that yet. That I thought was kind of cool. Same with the cotton. I haven't seen too many people giving out the cotton. And of course, you also get your standard bag of all the O-rings to replace, and replacement screws, 2 sets of replacement screws for the rebuild deck. So, hey guys, guys at iCloud SIGs, you guys are really thinking for the vapors, basically. It's really nice to see that you're actually including everything that you need. You don't have to order anything else. You can basically go on their site, talk to Steve, order the iCloud A, and you are ready to go. You don't have to order Kanthal, you don't have to order cotton, you don't have to order silica, nothing. It's already here. Everything's in this box, and this is how they come pre-packaged. Don't have the price. I'm positive they're not that expensive, which is nice. Of course, the shipping will kill you, but that's neither here nor there. That's just the way China is, right? Shipping's always expensive. So anyway, let's break this down. So we have the build deck. We'll try and get this to focus. So you have. Let me get my little pointer. You have, there we go. You have a negative screw, positive terminal. The positive terminal, I've actually done kind of a standard vertical build. So you've got the 2, let's see if I can get that to focus a little better. You got the 2 knurled nuts for your positive post. One trick that I've kind of learned, I guess, with building on this particular model, is that if you put your wires, I gotta get used to the camera. When you put the wires, put one through on this side, one through on this side, and then tighten them down. I find that if you try to cross them or overlap them, they just don't tighten down all that well. It's not really a huge thread either, guys, so you don't want to go reefing on this with a pair of pliers. You know, snug it down with a pair of tweezers, and that's pretty much all you'll need. The other nice thing too, guys, which we've seen in a few other RDAs, it's got a nice little juice well on each side. You can see a little better on this side here. Sorry about the autofocus. So you got a nice juice well on each side, and it works well. I haven't had any leaking issues, to say the least. You know, besides dripping it. It does have a little bit of a reduced chamber in there, as you can kind of see there. It's not really a huge chamber by any means. Keep in mind the deck of the atomizer goes down to that lip, right? So that's pretty much where it stops, is right there, right? So that, these are kind of and it's a nice snug fit. Like it's not sloppy. It's really easy to adjust your airflow without, you know, it spinning too much or it just being a bitch to turn. And I didn't even lube it up the first time that I used it. They originally spun fairly easily. So as you can see, there's two O-rings here as well, guys. There's your 3 holes, single air hole for single coils, and then of course you've got your 3 air holes on the other side. So I'm impressed. I'm really happy to see that this is being packaged and produced as well as it is. You know, it's got a really nice drip tip on it. You know, nice big dripping hole. One thing that I was concerned about at first was the actual top cap, because it does kind of come off fairly easy, but it's strong enough that it won't fall off. Like you can basically, it's not doing it now, of course, because the O-rings are wet, but before I could actually just grab the drip tip and pull the whole top cap off. Now I think the O-ring, yeah, the drip tips comes off, but I could actually just pull it off. The whole top cap would come off. I could just drip my juice and off you go. You don't even have to do that. Where'd my juice go? Where'd my juice? Oh, really? Where'd it go? Oh, it's here. So yeah, raspberry cheesecake, of course. So the nice thing is too, guys, just straight through the top, right? I put in about 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I will go 12 because it was kind of dry. And I'm good for quite a few pulls. I've never really counted. Overall, I would definitely recommend, even vendors, guys, Canadian vendors, I checked them out. The shipping was actually pretty quick. He said he was going to send it out the Thursday before I left, and it showed up, I think, on the Thursday while I was gone. So, you know, it was about a week. They have the products in stock, which is another really nice thing. It's just a really nice product. I am very impressed. Performs well, built well, very solid. Sorry I'm not going to do a rebuild on it, but it's just, like I said, guys, you've seen 1,000 videos on it. The only recommendation is I find for cloud chasing, the draw is a little stiff. But basically what I'm going to do after this video is I have a drill bit that is the same size as the slot. And the slot is actually a little bigger than the actual air hole, so I'm just going to punch out, well, I'm going to start off by punching one air hole on each side, and then I'll punch 2 and then punch 3 depending on how much I want to open it up. But it is a little stiff. For the most part, for mouth to lung hits, guys, nah, it's a little too airy for that. But I'm sure if you set it up in single coil, it's got a nice, where's that single coil? This might actually hurt, but we'll try it. Oh. The single hole for a single coil is perfect. If you want to do single hole dual coil setups, you'll just have to punch another hole. Guys, if you're into RDAs, drilling atomizers is not new to you. You know, I'm pretty sure that 90% of the atomizers you get, you're punching them out one way or the other. So I can't even say that that's a downfall, because it is an actual fairly decent setup. It allows you to tighten the air draw up. Actually, even in dual coil mode, you can just shut the air holes off with the 3 that you have. Yeah, and there's your mouth to lung hit right there. It's decent, definitely decent. I've just been open or wide up, 3 holes exposed, and just rocking her out. I'll just kind of show you a little bit if I can. Stupid camera. As you can tell, I'm using a webcam. There we go. Shut the autofocus off. Focus. Fantastic. As you can see, guys, performing very well. If you can get one, guys, order one up. Canadian vendors, I'd get these. They're fairly inexpensive, from what I can remember. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. But get in contact with Steve. I'm sure he can set you up with a few sample products. Yeah, try them out. This is the Cloud A from iCloudSigs.com. I'll post the info down below, and yeah, that's all I got for you today, guys. So as always, let's just keep on vaping.